Moshi Moshi Drafudes, and I'm here to show you how to tune Vocaloid, or at least how I do it. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. No explanations at all. But I'm gonna do a lot more explaining in this one, and I'm gonna be doing Japanese and English Vocaloids, since nobody really ever uses the Korean voice bank because it's not very good, and Spanish is pretty similar to tuning Japanese because except for there's like some different sounds, and Mic is a completely different story. I should do a Mica tutorial, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing the song Undead Enemy, and the UST is by Kita, and I'm gonna be using Iroha, but I do have used I can use any of these Vocaloids, but I'm gonna use Iroha because like I started with her. Like I've been tuning this on and off for the past day. Talk please, for the past day. But yeah, so yeah. I also have Leon, Lola, and Miriam, but I can't use them on this computer because Windows 8 doesn't like Vocaloid 1 at all. But yeah, I'm going to be using Iroha v2 and Vocaloid 3, and importing, importing is easy. But yeah, so you can import Vocaloid 2s into Vocaloid 3 if you didn't know. But so I'm just going to show you what I have tuned. Like I only have up to here tuned for the beginning part, and then I'm going to show you actually like what I did and explain to you why it works. Alright, so I'm gonna explain. Okay, so this is Do, and it's looked like that when it came, because like I just took the UST and exported it into a MIDI and then imported it into Vocaloid, which is pretty easy. But you see here, I did the thing where it goes like Do shite, like you see it goes Do. And yeah, so you could just honestly do this, like you could just have it like that and it'll sound like this. But it kind of sounds like it like I want it to get like, so it goes like directly to do to the O up here, not like do. I don't want it to do that. So what you can do is this awesome little phoneme in Vocaloid. Like I'm gonna like, oh wait, hold on, you can't do that. I'm going to explain to you this awesome little phoneme in Vocaloid that I love and hate at the same time. It's this one, the dash. The dash, what it does is it extends the vowel sound. So like if you have you use a very common Japanese word, kawaii. If you have kawaii, you can do that like this. Kawaii. Like it says, oh, that lagged a bit. Kawaii. She says kawaii, and if you wanted to go down, you could do this too. Kawaii. Kawaii. And then if you put the dash there, that literally just takes this and changes the pitch and extends it, to do this stuff. Kawaii. It sounds a little more fluid, but it's a lot more like it does like a glide thing that I don't like a lot of the times. So what I do is you can do this thing. I recommend for Vocaloid you have the quantize and the length to 1/64. You could have it off, but I hate having it off because everything gets all crazy. But if you have it so that you have this really short note, which you just draw on, I use the grid, you just draw the little short tiny baby notes and you put it there. It takes this and like it makes it so that it doesn't glide, and it's just a straight ass pitch change. Girl. Kawaii. Like, did you hear it? It went kawaii, not kawaii. Whatever. It's not really that big of a difference, but it still makes a difference, like in the long run. But yeah, so this completely changes it to like you can completely hear it change. One thing about Iroha is I don't really recommend her for beginners because she's not like the most high quality Vocaloid, and she's actually kind of hard to use. So for that, I just recommend putting another one there because it just kind of backs it up and doesn't make it makes it sound a little more crisp. Yeah, and it doesn't work for every song, but I just, for now, just use it. Like, I'm going to be doing more than one song in this, so yeah. And another thing I like to do in Vocaloid, which kind of, like, here, listen. Did you hear, right here, you heard that kind of, like, static noise? Well, that's because at the end of notes, sometimes I use the H phoneme, which, please stop. The H phoneme, this one, which is the sound in Japanese, and right, yeah, if you haven't noticed, we're using Japanese right now. Listen again. Like, it totally depends. Like the voice banks, some voice banks have crisper ones. Like I'll try it out with every Japanese voice bank I have. This is Gotcha Boy. Like here he did like a and then here he did or whatever. I don't know. I'm not good at that. The impersonating thing. And then this is Luca's Japanese. Oh, please don't lag. Here it barely probably didn't even play it. You couldn't hear it. Please stop writing notes. Here it sounded like she actually went like Luca has a lot louder ones and stuff. And then this is Siu, which no, Siu's mean. I love her, but she's mean. Oh my god, stop lagging. Like Siu has it a lot more crisp because Vocaloid 3s in general just have very crisp H sounds. Their consonants are very nice. VY2 has a little more louder ones, and then VY2 falsetto, oh god. Yeah, he sounded like a frog, but he still voiced them. What it does is it just kind of gives you a nice little thing. It's kind of like an end breath in UTAU, but it's a little less, and it kind of just makes like the end of the sound a lot more crisper. I like the word crisp. But yeah, and I put this there just because like this gives it an even more of a reason to stop. Like I don't know why it does that. I just put it there because like I always put the dash in front of the H just because it sounds nice. And the reason I have te and then an e right next to it is just because like it makes it sound a little more like, what's the word I'm looking for, like auto-tuney kind of, because this song isn't really like realistic sounding because not many people can sing as fast as this song sings. Did I change back to Iroha? Yeah, I did. Okay. But that's pretty much that for like the end breaths and the dash phoneme. And you can do like the tuning on this is really weird tuning. But I'm gonna like go. I'm actually. Please stop. Please stop. I know you're rendering, but you're a jerk. Okay. So I'm just gonna tune this here. So basically for Vocaloid, what you do is you can do it either way, because Vocaloid you can actually like. There's no rest sounds like in UTAU. I'm not gonna open UTAU and show, but there are rest sounds in UTAU, so notes are a lot more moved a lot freely in Vocaloid. So this is to e ga o kuzureru koto naku. Like, let's just listen to this. It just sounds kind of like plain and not really like stuff. But yeah, so then do the dash thing to make it sound more crisp, and for Iroha and other Vocaloids that are a little less on tune, you can do that. And another thing to make it even more like realistic, or not realistic, but a little more like expressive, is you can even do a mini pitch bend here. And I even do, like, I do this sometimes because sometimes Vocaloids do it where like even though the note's really short and like that's not there and it's just like the to-o, it can still sound like kind of like to, like kind of just bleh. So I just do that to make it sound like to, like it's not really even that much noticeable of a pitch bend. Like this technically isn't pitch bending. I call this note bending because I don't like the pitch bend, the way pitch bends are made in Vocaloid, because they're just out of the way and obnoxious. Please go. Okay, yeah, but I'm just gonna go back to the velocity parameter. But yeah, that sounded nice, didn't it? And then for vowels too, I even do the dash thing because that just like vowels in Vocaloid are weird. Yeah. Yeah, you see it kind of just like to and then like straight to the e, like, you know, just repeating myself, and do the dash thing at the end. And then for the H, I don't really like, it's hard to sometimes like get it directly on, so I just draw it like wherever and like drag it there. But a cool trick is to insert the H phoneme, because if you write H like and you go to note property, it actually it has an A, since H really isn't in the word H isn't in Japanese like at all. There's no huh. Yeah, well there is huh, but you know what I mean. So in the phonetic, you actually have to write H. But a fun, cool way to do it is you press Control R and it switches on the lyric like roll to where you can put in phonemes like right there. You don't even have to like do anything else. So sometimes I just write the note, Control H, type in the H, Control H again, back to lyric input. I learned that from a thing, and then from here I'm gonna put a little pitch bend just to give it a little more pizzazz. And this is ga, so I don't have to change that, but I will turn that to a dash just because, you know, why not? It looks cool. Everything's about looks. And then just do the thing where you switch to the H. See, didn't that sound cool? It sounded like she's like doing the stuff, man. The stuff. I honestly don't know. Whatever. But then toega oh. So let's do the thing down, and even for that, just put the dash. It sounds nice. But I do have to say, for the dash trick, some Vocaloids, like I think it's Siu and Miki, but it's happened to me with other Vocaloids that I've done trials for. I don't really remember, but I know Siu and Miki have this issue. Sometimes on notes like, let me go to a free space. Just like notes like this, sometimes they bug out. Like I'll do te. Let's see if Siu does it. No. What does she do it on normally? But she does it where this note gets ignored completely because just a thing. It's like a glitch. So that this note gets ignored completely, and this one is only played, and it doesn't sound good because, you know, the note that actually like carries the sound just doesn't get played, and that's not a good thing. Not at all. When we switch back to Iroha. Yeah, see, didn't that sound cool? And you can even do it where it starts higher. Like tuning, literally, you just kind of have to get used to like working with different like ways of doing stuff. And here, I wouldn't put another one there just because of how short it is, and you don't want notes clustered together too much all the time. Like, see, that sounded cool. I was like, oh, whatever. But yeah. Now, if you notice down here, if you're a Vocaloid noob and you don't know anything about Vocaloid and you're just learning, you see these green lines and you're like, what are those, Giraffe? Can you teach me? And I'll be like, yeah, I can teach you. I'm sorry. But what these are is, this is like kind of like constant velocity in UTAU, if you know what that is. But it's not the same thing because it works differently. Like UTAU works like constant velocity, changes like the length of the consonant, but for VCV it does a different thing. Like it serves different purposes for CVVC, CVVC, all the different types of UTAU voice banks. But Vocaloid, it only has one use, and if you drop it lower, the consonant gets more slurred. And cool. Handy untitled notepad. So if you pay attention, like words like moto, choto, like those words in Japanese, you notice how the T is doubled. Moto. Please work. See, you see this thing? This doubles the consonant of this sound. So that's not like, this does not equal moto. Like moto and moto are different words, and you know it's kind of a hard thing to understand at first because you just want to read it like moto, but it's not it. This is moto and then moto, and what velocity does is if you drop that lower, it will make the T longer into the other note, so it won't be moto, it'll be moto, you know, like that makes sense. Same thing for like, and it just makes the consonant longer. Like that's all it does. But if you do it up, like the opposite way, it makes it shorter. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna explain the other Vocaloid. Like, I'm sorry, this is so out of like order, but it's better to just show you everything. Then dynamics, the higher this is, the louder it is. Like listen with your ears. Like you can hear from here to here, the volume dropped, and of course the other way is quieter. This is breathiness. This makes like a weird breath thing, but it doesn't actually sound like people like having a softer voice. It sounds like raspy. Listen. I mean, it works. Like it totally works. Brightness, the higher it is, the nicer and like clearer the voice bank sounds. The lower it is, the more muffled it sounds. But what you can do is in Vocaloid, you have My Singer properties, which like here, oh my gosh, these are all the Vocaloids I have. So for Iroha, I already have her brightness set to 120, so it's the unmuffledest it can sound. And breathiness is the thing I just showed you. Clearness is, I don't really like to mess with clearness because it makes the voice bank kind of like really hard to mix, so I don't do that. And gender factor, the higher it is, the deeper the voice, just like in UTAU, and the lower it is, like minus 10 would make it sound like squeakier, which is why don't do that unless you're using Miku, because Miku's the only one that is allowed to sound squeaky. But yeah, and then clearness is the thing I just said. Opening, I only really use opening for English. It makes the thing sound muffled, but it can also change the sound of vowels. So like taking an ah and lowering, like in Japanese, the ah, taking this and lowering it can make it sound kind of like an like in English, like Like, did you hear? So she said, oh, not ah. So yeah, that's basically what it does. It does different things for other consonants, but I only really use it for sounds. And then gender, I already explained to you. Portamento is a really weird thing. Like, listen to, like, it just does, it does weird stuff. Oh, it didn't do that. Well, normally it changes when the note, like, changes, and it's a good way of tuning if you know how to use it, but I honestly don't even know how to use it, so I don't mess with it. And then this is pitch bend. Oh, I'm gonna talk about pitch bend sensitivity first. This is the only way I can really explain it. If I select it all and, like, clear it back to where it is on, like, a normal, like, default thing, like, all the way down here, it drops it down 2 pitches. Here is 1 pitch, and then this is the normal pitch of where the note is on the piano roll. And that's it for the parameters. Now, I'm just going to use velocity for now. Like, I tuned this for velocity so some of the consonants would be longer to make it sound like the fast notes, to make them sound kind of like, you know, fast and, like, unknown and weird. O kuzureru. She says o kuzureru or deru or whatever. Oh, people are there. But to do a cool thing, you can just, like, put that there to make it sound like the vowel is a lot more prominent, but you can also drop that to make it sound like the K. Like, I don't even know, like, why I tune the way I do. I just do. I got used to it. I looked at other people's tunings and learned from, like, trial and error. Like, see, it was like oku, not oku, oku. You know, it sounded cool. Okuzu. I'm gonna make this like a pitch bend going, starting lower and going up. Okuzu, kuzu. Oh, not luru, leru. I'm just gonna do that because this song kind of sounds like robotic-y. For this sound, you can do one of 2 things. You can make this just kind of sound like a consonant. Okuzureru tonaku, like okuzureru to whatever. You understand. So what you can do is you can change it to phonetic input and get rid of the O and then put the O here, and it sounds like this. It sounds kind of weird, honestly, for this song. Yeah, it sounds kind of laggy. So I would just keep it as the ko. Like, is that back to a ko? Yeah. And just shorten it up and put a dash there to, like, you know, make it short but also still there and noticeable. And then do the H thing, and it sounds like this. Kind of sounds like okuzeru ko. Like, it's like a really quick ko. You know? Like, did you hear that? That sounded cool. And since that goes down, I guess, to make it sound like a pitch bend thing, you can do that, whatever, and then do the same thing I just showed you for that. Like, this is like this, it's this song in general, and I'm not going to spend too much more time on Japanese because I want to get English in here too. Oh, the toilet flushed. Yeah, see? Naku, and I'll start a little bit higher there. Not too much though. But I think that's really all I want to do for Vocaloid, or for Japanese Vocaloids. But I am going to show you some of the other stuff I did. What you can do is you can have the consonant on a completely different note and the vowel on its own note too, and that still works, but sometimes some voice banks don't like that. Wait, hold on. Yeah. And then I also, some Vocaloids have hidden, like, features that aren't really, like, showcased much because, like, UTAU is known for her lower range, but she has a falsetto in her higher range that sounds really nice. Like, listen to this. After D4, it's, like, D4 is when her falsetto starts. Like, did you hear that? It sounded like a falsetto, and I tuned that really cool. Okay, but that's it for that. And now I'm gonna do some English Vocaloid real quick, and I don't know who I'm gonna use yet. So just bear with me. This is really unscripted, if you can't tell. I'm gonna do American Girl by Bonnie McClyde. Whatever her name is. I don't know. Circus got me hooked on this song. Him and his Miku. But yeah. This is what I have. I was tuning with Gumi English, who is an abomination and extremely hard to use. Hold on, it's loading. Please load faster. Oh. I guess it doesn't want to load for me today. Oh well.
I fell in love in myself.
Hold on, let me just fix this.
I fell in love in myself in a living parking lot. Said on the car drink and slurp is with me.
Yeah, Vocaloid does that. If you didn't know, like, Vocaloid lags a lot because it renders real time. Yeah. Oh, I didn't explain vibrato. Okay, vibrato is this thing. I use this, like, this is the rate of the vibrato, like how fast it goes up and down, and the depth is like how deep it goes up and down. I don't mess with depth. I only ever use normal type 1 and fast type 3, but a thing you need to know, never edit the vibrato length here, because there's a glitch where it won't let you save, and that's never a good thing. So yeah, edit the vibrato length here. I normally just do 100 for notes that have it. Sometimes I do like 45, 50, 75, whatever.
I fell in love in my 7-Eleven parking lot. Sat on the car, drink and slurpees we mixed with alcohol. We talked about our dreams and...
No, don't lag. Okay, but that's it. English Vocaloids, tuning them is pretty similar, but a lot of English Vocaloids have like really limited capabilities with like notes and stuff. And you got kind of, if you want to use an English Vocaloid, you really just, honestly, you need to learn how to use the phonetic system, because the automatic like lyric input is never good. Yeah, and then some Vocaloids have breath samples, but not all of them do. A lot of them, just don't worry about it.
Sat on the car, drink and slurpees we mixed with alcohol. We talked about our dreams and now we go show more. Ooh, oh, oh.
See, I did the H thing here. Like, it's all just the same thing. Just I wanted to point out some other things with like certain English Vocaloids. Like, you can hear Gumi sounds very weird and choppy. Like, that's just Gumi. And then Ivana is probably one of the best English Vocaloids in my opinion. She's just really soft, and some sounds sound weird. This is her. Oh, I clicked VY2. Oops. Ivana. Yeah, this is her.
I fell in love in...
Please don't lag. I just want you to not lag.
I fell in love in the 7-Eleven parking lot.
A lot of things I actually did for Gumi, because it was for, like, I'm tuning this for Gumi. And then this is Luca English.
We fell in love in the 7-Eleven parking lot.
I don't even care anymore. Just listen to their voice. And then this is Sonica.
I fell in love in the 7-Eleven parking lot.
Sonic actually sounds good, but Sonic has a lot of quality issues that you can probably hear.
I fell in love in a 7-Eleven parking lot.
And then that was Sweet Dan, but yeah. English Vocaloids, I think there's nothing really much different from Japanese, whatever. Don't even listen to what I said earlier. Other than phonetic systems and like certain things, like don't like do like I fell in love, do like I fell in love, I fell in love, na sevena, not I fell in love, because that's just, it works better that way. Like, tune it like you would tune a Japanese voice bank speaking English, but with the Japanese phonetics, because you'll just get the better, like, that's just how I do it. Don't listen to me, I'm just talking nonsense. Yeah, but that's really all I really do for Vocaloid. I don't do much else, but I'm gonna explain one more thing. I gotta go back to the Japanese one. Was this the same one? Yeah, there's these cool things called job plugins, and I edit my own job plugins. No, not manage. Execute job plugins. Which one do I want to do? I'll do Japanese to Spanish for Bruno, because I have him, even though I never use him. This turns the Japanese phonetics, not like the lyrics, but the phonetics from Japanese phonetics to Spanish phonetics, so you can have Spanish Vocaloids, Bruno and Clara, sing in Japanese. But they don't have they're missing a lot of the sounds, so like, I wouldn't. Just, they're not made for Japanese, and you can do it for English too. Japanese to English Vocaloids. But this one's a little weird, because the way I did it was funky, but just listen. That sounds really laggy. Like, you can hear, like, it's just funky. I don't know, but that's really all you need to do. Job plugins, there's a lot that, you know, are automatic, like that come with Vocaloid, and some that you get from like places, and you can make your own. It's not really that hard. You just need to know how to program. But yeah, that's really all I'm gonna do for the Vocaloid one, and I hope this helped actually, because I probably didn't help anybody. I'm just like rambling to myself. But yeah, please enjoy this. And oh god, 24 minutes, that's a lot. Oh, who cares? You're here to learn. Learning is good. All right. Goodbye, and I hope you enjoyed my tutorial.